Have you ever seen one of those programs that shows you something from a long time ago that seems like it's from the future? Take this little box, for instance. This is the Breakaway Vocalizer 1000. It was built in 1988, 20 years ago. I said it uses the human voice to trigger musical sounds. Woo! What do now? 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 What do now?
I guess the point is, if there is a point, is often things enter our lives and pass right through them without us ever noticing them. And then at some point they get reintroduced and people are astounded. And perhaps the point worth reflecting upon is, why do these things enter our lives and get ignored in the first place? There is an old saying, there's nothing new under the sun, and everything that is has been before. And it sounds good and is philosophical, and it's, something to ponder. But it evidently is largely true that we often, very often, find the solution to a problem and let it slip into the abyss and let it disappear, and have to wait a long time for it to reintroduce itself and be accepted and acknowledged for what it is. 20 years ago, someone perfected, I don't know, it's not perfected, it has a lot of glitches because it's the early infancy ages of computer-assisted music, but someone was able to think of and develop a little box and sell to the public. I bought this one 20 years ago, a box that used the human voice to trigger musical notes. Now think about this. How many would-be musicians are out there that would love to play piano, guitar, organ, whatever, and can hum or sing, but can't actually play the instrument? How interested would they be in a little box you sang into and a guitar played out of the other end, or a organ or a piano, or something like that? I have to think that 20 years down the line from the days this thing was built, the technology has improved somewhat and probably is more rewarding than it was 20 years ago, but I don't see it on the market anywhere. One ponders why things like this happen and how often they happen to us in every inch of our society, how often a solution is presented to a very desirable, a problem that's very desired to be solved. And because of the way it's introduced, or the vehicle that introduces it, we tend to just let it fall right back into nothingness until some future time, maybe in our lifetime, maybe several lifetimes later, when someone finds that same solution, vamps it up to modern technology, and voila, success is achieved. There's many things like this little box out there, and some of them are physical items, such as this little box. Some are thoughts, some are philosophies, some are ideas that people have that have presented themselves in the past and are great in the way they were presented. They just didn't catch on for whatever reason, and they slipped back into nothingness. Perhaps we should take the time to look around to see what's already been found and dig it up out of the ground and toss it around to see if it works this time around. That's today's new thought on an old idea. Boobity bop shoo-ow.